These are 7 cheap fishing brands almost everyone ignores, and every single one of them is an absolute goldmine. With big-name gear, you're mostly paying for the name. With these 7, you're only paying for the gear. Here's what I found. Number 7. Eagle Claw. Eagle Claw is one of the oldest names in American tackle, and the Featherlight is its yellow fiberglass classic. It's been selling for roughly the same low price for decades, still around $25 to $45 today. Here's the secret. Where most cheap rods cut corners with a plastic reel seat, the Featherlight still tends to use metal or wood, and reviewers call it better than the price, over and over. Grab the 6-foot ultralight and you've got a panfish and trout machine. Crappie, bluegill, a stock stream trout on a quiet morning. It's the rod people are almost embarrassed to admit they love. And think about that for a second. Rod prices have doubled and tripled over the last 20 years. This one barely moved. In a market built on markups, a rod that refuses to get expensive is almost an act of rebellion. And if the oldest name on the list surprises you, wait until you hear about the one nobody's even heard of. Number 6. Tica. Tica might be the best-kept secret on this list. Its parent company was founded in 1965 in Taiwan and spent years building tackle for famous brands. Here's the secret. In 1991, the factory started selling under its own flag. Same hands, own patents like their cybernetic frame at a lower price. Their surf rods run high modulus graphite, and their bait feeder reels are built for carp and sea fishing. Exactly the gear the big names charge a premium for. And that's the part most anglers never think about. The famous brand doesn't necessarily build your rod. A factory builds it. The logo gets added later, along with the margin. Tica just deleted the last step. Tica is the factory skipping the store. The next brand skips everything. Number 5. Cadence. Cadence is the disruptor. You won't find it in a store, only on their own site and on Amazon. Here's the secret. There's no retail chain in between, and that's how they claim to be 30 to 40% cheaper. Their CR7 rod gives you 40-ton graphite, a Fuji reel seat, and silicon carbide guides. Their CS8 reel runs a magnesium frame, an aerospace material lighter than aluminum. They even donate part of the proceeds to youth fishing programs. Premium parts, no premium badge. And if those component names mean nothing to you, here's the short version. Fuji reel seats and silicon carbide guides are what rod builders reach for when money isn't the problem. Finding them at this price is the whole point. But what if the founder didn't just sell direct, but actually owned the factory? That's number 4. Number 4. Piscifun. Piscifun was founded in 2014 by 2 friends, and one of them had already run a tackle factory for more than 20 years, building for other brands. Here's the secret. This is the manufacturer selling direct. The flame spinning reel starts near $20, and the Alloy M baitcaster packs 22 pounds of drag with a solid brass main gear. And for context, 22 pounds of drag is more stopping power than most anglers will ever use in freshwater, on a reel that costs less than a tank of gas. Now, to be fair, build quality can vary, so buy from a trusted seller. But for the price, what you get is remarkable. So far, we've leaned on the story behind the brands. Number 3 has the trophies to prove it. Number 3. Okuma. Okuma is the workhorse on this list, a name that's been quietly building reels for decades. Here's the secret. Independent testers keep handing it awards. The Samar HD was named the best value reel by Outdoor Life for under $100, and it held up against hard-running lake trout. The Samar A was named the best reel for most people by Outdoor Gear Lab. Not marketing talk, independent tests. And here's the detail that makes it land. In that Outdoor Life test, the Samar HD was the only reel under $100 in the entire field. It was competing against reels at 2 and 3 times the price. It didn't just survive that company, it took home the Value Award. Awards are nice, the next brand won one in its 2nd year of existence. Number 2, KastKing. KastKing started in 2013, literally in a college dorm, founded by graduates from Syracuse, and it sells fully direct to the customer. Here's the secret. In its second year, it won an ICAST Best of Show award. That's an innovation prize from the trade press, not a prize for being cheap. Their Centron is the best-selling reel on all of Amazon at around $31, and testers say it performs like reels costing $80 to $100. And if you want to step up, the Sharky 3 runs around $60 and goes toe-to-toe with reels 2 to 3 times the price. One testing site put the whole brand in a single sentence: roughly 70 to 80% of premium brand performance at 40 to 50% of the price. For most anglers, that's not a compromise. That's the sweet spot. As they say themselves, a tackle shop in your mailbox. And then number 1, no hype, no dorm room story, just the reel the people who really know keep quietly buying. Number 1, the Pflueger President. Yes, Pflueger sits inside a giant conglomerate today. I've covered that story. But the President itself is the exception that earns its keep. Here's the secret. Ask any forum, and the verdict is always the same: best for the money. The President XT was even named the best all-around trout reel by Outdoor Life. About 6.5 ounces, corrosion-resistant aluminum, a carbon handle, and 9 bearings with a smoothness that embarrasses pricier reels. And that's exactly what makes it the perfect number 1. The President isn't ignored because it's obscure. It's ignored because it's boring. No viral marketing, no flashy colorways, no influencer deals. Just years of anglers on every forum repeating the same sentence: buy the President, not flashy, not hyped, just the real the people who know keep buying. So how is any of this possible? Here's the machine they all beat. More than 80% of all fishing tackle is made in China or Taiwan, often in the very same factories that build for the big names. A reel can leave that factory at around $40. The distributor takes a cut, the retail chain takes another, a marketing budget gets baked in, and by the time it's sitting on a shelf under a famous logo, that same reel can cost $200. The brands on this list either skip that chain or they are the factory. That's the entire trick. And once you see that machine, you can't unsee it. Every wall of gear becomes 2 questions. What did this actually cost to build? And how many hands are in between? So let's run them back. Eagle Claw, Tica, Cadence, Piscifun, Okuma, KastKing, and the king of value, the Pflueger President. Buying cheap doesn't mean buying worse. It means refusing to pay for a logo in a distributor's profit. If one of these 7 surprised you, tell me in the comments which one. Hit subscribe because next time we're pulling the same thread through another part of the tackle aisle. See you there.